Hey besties. Okay, so the next world is Henford-on-Bagley, and these sims feel very familiar to me because if you've been following the channel for a while, I started and then quickly abandoned a Lucid Legacy playthrough, and that took place in Henford-on-Bagley. So I had already given these sims, or at least some of the sims, a makeover. Of course I got to do it all over again for this video, and it's been a while, my sim style has changed, a lot has gone on, but these sims feel homey to me. Yeah, they're the most comfortable because I feel like I already understand their personalities. Cecilia is the easiest because she's just a one sim household, and I just wanted to make her comfy farmer style. I didn't want to go into ranch territory, but I did use some of the horse ranch stuff on her. And it was so fast that I got to move on to the Scots super quickly. And I always felt like they deserved some good skin details, because I don't think that they're bad looking sims at all, but skin details really just add something to sims. I don't know if I would ever be able to play The Sims again without skin details of some kind. It really is a deal breaker for me. I'm not really a vanilla simmer. I don't think I would be able to do it. But since Sarah and Simon are supposed to be city folk, I kept them kind of stylish, but cozy stylish, because they're country folk now too. And it's just about finding the balance in their style, I guess, and adapting to the changes. Oh, and I always change Simon's skin tone to the same sort of shade, but a warmer skin tone, because I love warm skin tones, and I feel The Sims already does dark skin tones real dirty. I feel the cooler skin tones sort of exaggerate the flaws in the skin tone, if that makes sense. And I feel the warmer skin tones are easier to make look better. And then I moved on to the moody other guy household. And they're just two old men, and I love them so much, and I kept them looking very old manny, but I just gave them a little bit of upgrades here and there that felt right to me. And I gave them a daughter because they usually die really fast. I don't want to laugh at it, but it's they die so fast. And then their house is just empty, and it just is so depressing. So I wanted to give them a daughter so that way she could at least take over the house and live there, and maybe get old there, just so that the house doesn't automatically become vacant as soon as they die. So yeah, they're getting a big bonus, because I normally just leave the households as they are and let the sim gods take control, but it's so sad. I literally had to step in. And for Sienna, I kept her very cottagecore, because it felt right to me for her to be cottagecore, and she already generated with a cottagecore dress on. I didn't have much to do. And then I moved on to the Watson household, and the children are victims of the Sims 4 exaggerated features on children problem that they have. So I started doing the son's makeover, and then I realized that I didn't age them up and like check, and I'm glad that I did, because like the exaggerated features are so bad in this family. So like I just wanted to like age them up, tweak them, and then age them back down, so that way like you don't have to worry about sim townie kids anymore, like, and they can actually be useful. Because normally I'm like super scared when my sims have kids and then they go to school and then they meet sim townie kids and they look not great. And I usually have to like run and like jump into cast and like fix them up. But it's like, that's kind of why I enjoy this like entire project, because it's like I don't have to be afraid of them anymore. They can just live happy lives and like do whatever they're gonna do, and I don't have to worry about them like getting close to my sim anymore. And Rashida, I feel like she deserved a big makeover, because those eyebrows were like a war crime. Like who did that? There are so many like choices that they make in cast, and I'm like, who decided that this is what you should do? Like, what teenager is gonna have those eyebrows? Like, none. Those are the worst eyebrows, I think, in game, truly. And I kept her, for some reason, I don't know if this is like canon or whatever, but like because she's wearing black, I felt like she was more like edgy. So I gave her like a slightly edgy but like cottagecore-ish sort of combo outfit. And I always feel like her mother looks so young. Like, I always get them confused, honestly. That's why I always have to check at the bottom like their relationships, because like she just looks so young. And that's sort of the problem with like teens in The Sims 4. Like, it's really hard to differentiate between the young adult life state and the teen life state, because like they look exactly the same. Like in The Sims 3, teens were at least shorter and like they looked like teens. Like The Sims 4 kind of makes their face a bit scrunchy, like it sort of like smashed it in so it's like closer together, and then once they hit young adult, like everything sort of expands. But it's like, I don't think that's enough, you know? I think we may need smaller teens, and I don't think it should be that difficult, truly. But maybe it would be, I don't know. But like, mostly I use the like Lumia height mod, and I usually make the teens like shorter because it makes me happy and it feels right. So I normally do that. And especially compared to like her husband, I feel like she looks really, really young. But I moved on to the Chopra households, but like they're Sims that don't live in world but are like really important to Henford-on-Bagley, so I'm like, why don't they have a place to live? It really doesn't make any sense to me. And I also really don't like the not in world Sims, because I always forget about them existing, and then I always have to come back afterward and be like, oh, here they are, I didn't forget. But it's like, especially for them, they actually matter to the world. Like, she's like the mayor and he's the grocery guy, so like, I know they have a house. Like, I feel like she should have like the best house because she's the mayor. I don't know whose decision it was to have her not live in world, but like, I think it was kind of dumb. And I don't know why I leaned into the like fancy rich but also midlife crisis sort of outfit for her. But I like it. I do. I think it's a nice balance between like adults and midlife crisis youthfulness. And Raul is a teenager, actually. And I kind of forgot about that. Because again, teenagers and young adults look exactly the same in The Sims. And I added Kim and Michael into one household so that way I could remember that they also exist, because they both also don't live in the world but are also super important to the world. So again, doesn't really make any sense why they don't have actual homes. Like, I know Michael has that like cottage in the forest, but like surely Kim could at least get a house. Like, I don't know who makes these decisions, but I wanted to keep them like authentic to who I think they are or like who they give me, like the vibes that they give me. And I kept Michael because he's like an adult, so I kept like the age on his face, and I think it like works. And I gave him a bit more of like a scruffier haircut and like chill clothes, because like he lives in the middle of the forest and talks to animals all day, so who is he really trying to impress, you know? And for Kim, I wanted her to be more like cottagecore, because why not? And then the screenshots, I really love Henford-on-Bagley. Like, it's so pretty. It's actually usually where I take screenshots of Sims, like casually, because like it's just really nice to look at. And I really enjoyed all of the Sims and how they came out, and I feel like I'm glad that I finally got them into my aesthetic currently, and I think they fit in really well. But of course, let me know what you guys think. And yeah.